Ladies, let's talk about sensitive skin. More of you tell me that for you, this is a real issue, and that whereas um, in younger days, you were able to throw everything at your skin, even including those kind of glittery, makeup-y, sort of fluorescent pink kind of coloured, goopy formulations. It's different today, and that's surprisingly common. Um, I hear I hear about skin sensitivity and how your skin has changed, and how it's much less tolerant today than it was. So what I wanted to talk about today was really 5 face oils that I think work really well for sensitive skin. So without further ado, I'm going to just go straight in. Number one, one of my favorite oils for sensitive skin, marshmallow root oil. So not a very common ingredient. It's normally it's not it's normally in the format of an extract, within another carrier oil. It's not very common, but it is one of my favorites to incorporate into my sensitive skin care, and that's because marshmallow is really hydrating. It helps maintain hyaluronic acid levels within the skin, and it's soothing and it's calming, and it's helpful for itchy skin and irritated skin. And hyaluronic acid is what your skin is what allows your skin to remain moisturized and suck in lots of moisture, and retain it. So it's a really nice ingredient in your face skin care products. Where will you find it? This is probably the one of the key ingredients in my intensive balm. It's all about gentle softening. It's really nice for people with dry, lackluster skin, and it smells divine. Right, number 2 on my hit list, jojoba oil. Not really an oil, actually a wax, but what makes this special is that it's super similar to our own sebum, which means that it's well tolerated, even for people with sensitive skin. It's quite a light oil, but the flip side is, although it feels light on the skin, it hydrates deeply. So it doesn't feel too rich, but it makes a difference. It's great for fine lines. It's great for kind of finicky skin. As I say, it's good for hydrating when your skin is in a bit of strop and won't tolerate other ingredients. And I use it, as I say, I mean, I use it in pretty much all of my products, but in particular, my facial essence with rose and blackcurrant. Next on my list, argan oil. So I'm sure this is an oil that you're familiar with. It's very popular today. It's rich in vitamin E and fatty acids, so it is good for skin, improving the look and feel, and it works on both dry and oily skin types. So it's smoothing, it helps restore skin tone, it helps promote elasticity, and it helps protect the skin from environmental impact. Important when you live in the UK. So it's also sebum regulating, which means even if you have breakout prone skin, it is a good choice. It's extracted from the oil from the nuts, and typically this is done in Morocco by women collectives, and the nuts are dried in the sun before being pressed. It's an old technique, but sometimes old is good. So find it in, as I say, my facial essence with rose and blackcurrant and my intensive balm. Number 4 on my list, rosehip oil. So again, another fairly common oil, but one which really I think makes a big difference, especially if you have sensitive skin. It's good. It's not only well tolerated by sensitive skin, but it helps if your skin is breakout prone, if you get redness. It's also good at countering itchiness and when your skin is inflamed. It's full of essentially fatty acids and vitamin A, and that's why it's so popular. And there have been lots and lots of trials done that show or seem to show a real positive effect on the skin when using rose hip oil. There's all sorts of talk about actually it almost regenerating the skin, and certainly improving the signs that we all have to live with as we get older. And it's very good for pigmentation, reducing pigmentation. It's a dry oil because it doesn't leave your skin with that kind of oily feel. It's fast absorbing, it's hydrating, and it is well tolerated by sensitive skins. So another good one to look out for. And I use this in my facial lessons with Rose and Marula, which is the face oil that I recommend to my ladies with finicky, oily, combination breakout prone skin. 5th on my list, avocado oil. Last but not least, bright green, super rich. It's a slow oil. It's very good for drier skins, for parched skins, and it doesn't always follow that it's that oily skin, that combination skin, that breakout prone skin isn't dry. Lots of you tell me that you kind of get that combination of an oily T-zone and dryness on the cheeks, for example. Avocado is super gentle, it's rich, it's a slow oil, it's deeply penetrating, it's quite an oily oil, it's emollient, and as I say, I balance it with some of the other faster oils in my skincare, which I find means that you kind of get that winning combination. You get the hydration, but you don't get that really, really oily feeling. It's gentle, it's healing. As I say, it's bright green. Well, at least if you go with an organic, unrefined option. And it has kind of a fruity scent to it. Not really avocado-like, but as I say, a really good choice for sensitive skin. So 5 of my favorites. I mean, I think the thing about sensitive skin is that it can be managed. It's just about finding the right ingredient to suit your skin type. When customers ask me about a routine, about a starting point for sensitive skin, I normally say, you need to look at paring your skincare back to basics, getting your skin into a place where it's a little happier and more comfortable before adding in lots and lots of variables. That usually means, as a starting point, my cleansing butter and one of my facial oils. Rose and Marula is the face oil that I recommend if you're prone to redness, combination skin breakouts, and rose and blackcurrant if your skin is more dry, more mature, a bit like mine, and just needs hydration. One thing to add, sensitive skin, really important, you do a patch test. It's a sensible precaution. It's a misnomer that just because you're using natural skincare or you're about to use natural skincare that you won't or your skin can't react to it. That's nonsense. Your skin can be reactive to any ingredient, natural or otherwise. So if your skin is very, very jumpy, very sensitive, then it absolutely makes sense to do a patch test, and that's what I would always recommend. So I hope that's really helpful. As ever, if you have questions, you know where to find me.